Hey everybody, how are you? So today, me and Jimmy, we're going to do not a dry aged, but a butter aged rib fillet. So this puppy cost us, it's only like a budget grade, cost us about $86.97, so nearly $87. We've got 10 of these Western Star butters. We've only pulled out 5 of them because that's a crap load of butter. If we need more, we will go from there, but at the moment, literally all I'm going to do is cut this puppy open, lay it out. This is where it's going to sit. I'm not going to put it on an airing vent because I believe if the thing's smothered in butter, it doesn't really need air like the dry aging bags. So let's get this thing covered in butter, and then we'll come back and we'll have a look at it. We might have a look. I'm obviously not going to cut the packet on here because I don't want to cover the alfoil in blood, but this is going to be where it's going to sit at the end. So I'll get this sorted out and then we'll go from there, eh? And we'll have a look. Alright, so Jimmy's about to cut this puppy open. We've decided to do it on the bench and try and get the butter on it, and then we're going to like egg flip this onto the onto our shelf that we've got out of the fridge. This is new to us. It's the first time I've ever done it. So a lot of guys, like I say, use the oven racks. We're not going to wash this because in dry aging they don't wash it. We're just going to cover it in butter and do the best thing we can. So we'll get back to you soon, guys. Right, so Jimmy's starting to smother this thing in butter. We'll get this done, and we're going to try obviously not to get all blood through the butter. We have not wiped this down. We've left it as they would in dry aging, which is basically the meat straight out of the packet. It's on the bench. The bench has been cleaned. Everything's clean. We're just seeing how we go, and we'll take it from there, eh? Alright, so we're about to try and flip this. I'm going to lift this up. Jimmy's going to put the alfoil tray underneath, and I'm going to spin this over, and then we're going to cover the rest of it. You ready? Alright, here we go, Jimmy. We've got a lot of butter underneath. We'll have to wipe the underside of the shelf, which is fine. We might even fix that now, and we'll come back to you. Thank you. Alright, so when we flipped it, the butter fell off the edge, which is all good, no stress. So Jimmy's just fixing this up, as you can see now. So this has basically cost us about 140 Australian dollars all up. It's about $86, I think it was, for the meat, and about $50 for the butter. We're only 5 tubs in. We've still got 5 tubs to go. So I don't even think we're going to use 10 tubs, but literally all this inspiration's come from Gouda Food. Gouda's channel's insane. He does all this kind of aging and butter aging and all that kind of stuff. So we're amateurs at it, and I've literally got my inspiration from him. So we're just going to take it from there and see how we go and see how it all turns out at the end. But we'll come back to you soon when this thing's finished. But as you can see, she's laid over ready to finish up, and we'll come back to you soon when it's finished and we'll show you how she looks. Okay, so this is ready to rock and roll. It's finished. It was about 4.58 kilos, which was about 10.5 pounds American style. Like I said, it costs about $140 or whatever it was. All up, it was about $86 for the meat and approximately $50 for the butter. We ended up only using 7 out of the 10 of the 500 gram butter. So we used about 3.5 kilos of butter on a 4.58 kilo rib fillet. So let's see how this puppy is looking. It's going to be in approximately 45 to 60 days, whatever works out closest, I guess, for when all the family's around. Thanks, guys. See you soon. Hey everyone, how are ya? So first thing I want to say is sorry to Gouda Foods, because on the video at the start 55 days ago I called it Gouda Foods, but yeah, it's Gouda Foods, and thanks Gouda for all your inspiration, mate. So anyway, it's been 55 days, little bit of blood there at the back, but you had the same thing, mate, and it's not mouldy or it's not anything funny or anything like that. So let's see how this thing looks when we open it up. Okay, let's cut this puppy open. got through it. There we go. Now this might be a bit messy, but oh yeah, look at that. That's nice. Alright guys, I'll get these cut up and I'll trim the edges up and I'll get them cut up a bit and we'll have a bit of a look at them, eh? Thanks. Alright, we just decided this was too good halfway through cutting this first steak, and we thought we'd better record it. So, a bit of blood coming out here. Alright. Now my knife obviously needs a little bit of a sharpen, but this is the first one we pulled off here. It's coloured up nicely, darkened up over time. So we'll get another one. I'm making them nice, sort of inch and a half-ish. So, yeah, they seem to be coming out very nice looking. So, alright, well we'll leave it there because we've cut up a couple now. I'll cut the rest up. I'll have a look and I'll see how much. I guess, looking at the edge, it really needs a very minimal trim up. Like Guga said before, it's not like the dry aging, you don't lose a lot. I'll trim that up, but obviously, it's been on the edge of the butter. The butter hasn't discoloured, but I'll still trim it up because that's sort of what I've seen. So anyway, we'll get back to you soon, eh? Okay, so I'm going to trim one of these up. Just taking the edges off. Make sure it's clean all the way around. It's not hard to trim them. They're very, very tender. They're pretty much, this is 55 days old, so it hasn't even really discoloured at all. So I'm not even really too stressed if I miss a little bit. I mean, that's the bottom of it there, and it doesn't even look like it needs trimming. But I'll still try and give it a little bit of a trim up. Just to make sure that, you know, it's a little bit on the side there. I guess that's sort of the end product there. That's nice. That's going to be a nice steak. It was a budget range. It was still over $80. I can't remember exactly. It costs about $140 all up, but over $80 worth of rib fillet there. So, you know, I mean, in a perfect world, it would have been an Angus or it would have been something better. But you know what? For the first time, if this turns out good, next time I'll do something a little bit better. Anyways, we'll get this all finished up and we'll have a little bit of a look, and then I'll do a test piece later on because the family's coming over tonight. So, and we'll see how it turns out, guys. Okay, we're pulling this puppy off at 52 degrees, 52.4, 52.6. We're just going to pull this off right now. It's pretty much going to be an awesome steak. We're going to sit it down on top of this little thin one here, which the lady likes it a little bit lighter done. So let's get this off because it's already at 54. Alright, thanks guys. Alright, so my boy's about to cut some off this. As you can see, it's already been trimmed. Very nice. We've already had a little bit of a taste. It's very tender, very moist, bloody insane. Yeah, so we both did it together. Kicks ass. I had a little taste. I actually tried to record it and made a mistake and I took a photo, but here we go. We're doing it second time. But at the end of the day, for the $140 we spent, I think it was worth it. I think it was worth every bit of it. What do you think, Jimmy?
It was good. Happy with it. I think it turned out really well.
Yeah, worth it, mate. Worth spending that money for something extra.
Recommend.
Yeah, I reckon it was too. So, awesome. Thanks, Guga Foods, for the inspiration. And yeah, mate, yeah, we had a ball over here in Aussie. So, yeah, turned out bloody insane. Yeah, cook it to your liking. You don't have to cook it overdone or well done or whatever. Just enjoy it. But at the end of the day, this thing, I think we cooked it perfect and it turned out awesome. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.